So welcome to this June update. In this update we're going to be looking at product updates. I always find that we tend to review products and then we don't tell you how we're getting on with them, so I think that's probably more important than how many watts they do or whatever. We're going to look at some product reviews we've got coming up, and more importantly our tours that we've got coming up. So we're just back from our Adamo tour, and that's about a week ago now, isn't it?
Been back about a week, yeah. I think they collected the van a week ago.
Yeah, when we're filming this, we haven't released the review video, so it's going to be interesting to see how that gets on.
Yeah.
I think we were still feeling a bit rough there. And
we still sound as if we were full of cold, which we were.
Yeah, I think we're just about thrown that cold off now.
Yeah, I know, it was a horrible one.
Yeah, so I didn't enjoy that at all. So I think we were still a little bit fed up with that cold. So if we sound a bit, there were a few things that we found wrong with Adamo, and I think that might have sort of coloured the video. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't think so, because I think in general, I mean, I felt quite optimistic about that van. It was the best Adamo I found that I enjoyed. Yeah. Particularly the bedroom. I thought the beds were very comfortable. Right. I mean, seriously, that van is ticking a lot of boxes, isn't it? Because you've got your automatic, you've got your garage, so can we take more things with us? And as I say, the bedroom was comfortable. It's just the toilet issue again, wasn't it?
Yeah,
but you think there's a way around that?
Well, I think there's a way around to have a little step just by the toilet, so you've got somewhere to put your feet. Yeah. I can probably get on with the shower. Now, we were, just to give you an idea, we were so interested in that van that we actually noticed that Campbell's, Preston...
I'd got one that cancelled order, but I don't think we're quite ready yet. I think we want to have the summer with our van. Yeah. Because the thing is, you can go away like we did for almost a month in another van, and you get used to that. There's things you like about it, and we're in the privileged position that now we can come back and take our own van and see, well, is it that much better? Do we enjoy it that much more? Yeah. Can't we? Yeah. I mean, we're very lucky that way. You know that.
I mean, one of the sort of the factors was we took that fridge with us, the EcoFlow Glacier too, and we were able to use it in the garage. There's more on that a little bit later, but the fact that it got a garage means that you're more flexible in what you can take with you.
Yeah, because there's no way we could take something like that in our van, is there? No. Because we haven't. The major thing is we haven't got a garage, but there are other things that we like about our van that hadn't got. You know, it's all all relative.
Sorry, I think we've already said about the Bailey Adamo. Yeah, so it is ticking a lot of boxes for us, definitely. Yeah. And certainly the price ticks a lot of boxes. We look at some of the Swifts and they're 90-odd thousand. You know,
and the Escape was 92, wasn't it?
Yeah, quite incredible. I mean, the cheaper one now, ironically, is the Voyager, the Ford-based one.
Yes, but that is actually cheaper than the Adamo, isn't it? But it doesn't have automatic as standard.
It doesn't have automatic as standard, and there are other things that it doesn't have compared to the Adamo. It is quite a nice layout, but I think the beds are a bit higher.
Beds are higher, and they haven't got slats.
No, that was the other thing.
A board underneath.
Peter Vaughan pointed that out. Yeah. If you've got a bed over a garage, what you can get is you can get condensation forming on the board that's over the colder garage. The Adamo actually has bed slats, although they came loose.
Well, you must be on some of those roads.
More on that later.
Yeah.
But at least it has bed slats, which lets a bit of air circulate underneath the bedding. I think that's quite important. Otherwise, you've got to take the bedding out every time you park up.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So a little bit about the tour, the Adamo tour. I always think it's quite interesting when we borrow another van. Obviously, a lot of people want us to talk about the motorhome itself, but I think if we were doing that every time we were going to a site where we're visiting 6-7 sites, it's going to get a little bit repetitive, I think. So we tend to do to look at the van at the beginning and pick up things as we're going along, and then do a big review at the end.
Yeah, because so we're really trying to show how you could use that van, how we could use it, aren't we? Really?
Yeah.
But how we get on site with it, filling up water and all that sort of thing. But
so in my head, what I'm doing is I'm using the motorhome, the Adamo, as if it was ours.
That's right. Yeah. Which you've got to do really to see how you're getting on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the sites we went to, I think we've said previously, I don't think many of them will rate as our favourites in future, but
no.
Some of them had terrific views. I mean, Invercote, unfortunately, was when we were at our lowest, weren't we, with the bug?
Yeah.
So we just about arrived there, didn't we? And then went back to bed.
Yeah.
So Poppy was available. So she went with Glyn.
Yeah.
It's on their channel, the Beckwiths. And she went for a look around the site with Glyn, didn't she?
Yeah.
Until she realised it was tea time. And then she came back banging on the door and wanted a tea. But
yeah, so you need to watch out for Glyn's video. I think he's just released it today.
Yes.
And Poppy looking around the site with Glyn, which I thought was a bit different.
And Glyn spent a lot of time going round all the site, which we weren't up to.
I wasn't, no. I mean, I managed a little ride round on my bike, muttering to myself. And
yeah.
I put a bit of music over it to try and cover me muttering up. And someone said they couldn't hear what I was saying. So.
That's right. Yeah, so do look at Glyn and Poppy's video of it.
But no, we did enjoy it. I mean, I think the biggest disappointment for me was the Ben Nevis site.
Yeah, I think it was as well. Yeah, well, it was the pitch, wasn't it?
But it was so tiny, that pitch, and it's sloping like that, you know.
Yeah, I know. So that I think we had to come down with. No, we were about to start the cold.
No, we were about to start the cold there.
Yeah. So because I started on the Jacobite train on the way back, feeling really, really cold, and then I think you were about half a day behind me.
About a day behind, yeah. And the worst thing was sort of shivering. So it was more flu-like than
anything else. So
anyways, enough about the blooming cold.
It's just nice not to have it.
Well, with the two sites, ironically, we did enjoy. We're not in Scotland. That was Windermere and Kendal.
Yes.
At the either end of the Scottish part of it.
Yes.
But yeah.
Because we've never been to either, have we? So didn't know what to expect. Not that far apart from each other, but I like Windermere. We did have a bit of a wet day when we were there, didn't we, in the bank holiday? But the views from there were good. Kendal was a really smart site, wasn't it?
It's a very smart site. A little way out. I think you're better off if you've got other transport.
Yes.
Or you can take your motorhome with you.
Yeah.
Because it was just a little too far out of the town itself. It would be nice to actually go into Kendal for a little visit. But I think if we go back, we'd definitely take the car with us.
And then we have been into Kendal before, haven't we?
Yeah, but I mean, it'd just be nice to drive into the town,
because it is a nice town. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the Trossachs Holiday Park. I mean, really. That's in transition. I think somebody said in the comments they went to have a look at it and had a look at the new area. And they said they would be quite happy going to the new area, which I think we probably would.
I think so. It's much more like I'm going to say it, much more like a club site down there, isn't it?
Yeah.
The pitches are evenly spaced and there's plenty of space on the pitches, and you're not sitting on flags.
No, it just where we were. So. It might be worth having another look at it in a year's time or something.
Yeah, that's right. So that's it really for the sites. The phone's gone off now, there we go. So do you want to talk about the products?
Yeah, you can talk about the products, yeah.
Yeah. We've got some product updates. I wanted to talk about the fridge.
The fridge, yeah.
Yeah, the Glacier, the EcoFlow Glacier.
Yeah, now I like this fridge because particularly when we took it in the Adamo, because we put it in the garage, we put it in the area where you can get to it from the bedroom through the little hatch. And the problem that we have, particularly filming, is that if we put a lot of cold drinks in the fridge, all you're going to hear as we're going along is clunk, clunk,
clink, clink.
Yeah, when we left a couple of bottles in there once, it's going clink, clink.
Yeah.
So it was really nice to have that in the back where we could put mainly all the drinks. We used it as a fridge, didn't we?
It uses a wine cooler and a beer cooler.
And a water cooler because we got through a lot of water.
Yeah, with that cold, yeah.
Yeah. Don't mention the cold.
Stop mentioning cold.
Right. Yeah. So no, we've noticed we can't fit it in our van.
No.
So it's now at home as a backup wine cooler. But it's very efficient, and yeah, I was glad to have it with us.
Yeah. Which brings us back, of course, to the Adamo, doesn't it? Which is
then the garage,
the garage.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's ticked a lot of boxes. Couple of other things we've got. Well, we've been reviewing really, or we've reviewed. One of them is this River 2 Pro, which we took with us in the Adamo, mainly because we thought we couldn't fit the fridge and our Delta Max in there as well. So we took the smaller River 2. Now, I tend to use this at home. It's great for charging up. Can I put it down there?
Yeah.
Scratch my nose. And tend to use this for charging up phones, charging up stuff whilst we're at home. This is actually great for powering the laptop. You can leave it by the chair, and you can plug the laptop into it, and that's been its main use, I think, when we're at home. When we're away, I've been charging most of our camera gear and phones, and it sat in one of the lockers under your bed, wasn't it, in the Adamo?
So, yeah.
And it's been really good. I've been very impressed with it. And if you're looking for a smaller power bank, and you don't need all the power to run your motorhome or to run coffee makers and that sort of thing, the River 2 Pro is well worth a look. It's somewhere in between, sort of in the middle of the range, really, I think.
Yeah. No, it was good for charging all your cameras, your mics.
Yeah.
Because you have got a lot of things to charge, and it keeps it all in one place rather than plugged in here and plugged in there. Yeah.
So you can guess most of the things I'm using are EcoFlow now. So that's the EcoFlow River 2 Pro.
And people always say, what have we done with the ones we had to review before? Well, they've been gifted to friends or to charities, haven't they?
Yeah, I've got a particular problem with one of the upcoming reviews. We've been sent a EcoFlow Delta 2 Max. Now, I've already got a Delta Max, and it's the upgrade to that. So don't really need two power banks, which are basically identical, but there's one or two improvements which I'll cover in the video on the Delta 2 Max.
You mean you didn't know they were going to send this to you?
And I just didn't know they were going to send it.
No, it just arrived just day after we got back.
I just got a text from DPD, and they said they were making a delivery, and I thought, I wonder what that is. It just arrived on the doorstep.
Yeah.
So, so I've got a review to do of that, but we're going to take it away with us, because one of the things I want to make sure is we actually do use it for real. The Delta, I've got to get this right, the Delta Max is the one we've been using the most in our own motorhome, because it covers so many bases. You can make coffee when you're on the move.
We have used that a lot. I mean, we did use that when our leisure battery, we had problems with that, didn't we? We used that. Yeah. Yeah, with its backup battery and everything.
That's right. And it can, run the charge of the motorhome's batteries and run things like the fridge inside the motorhome for some time. So I will be doing a review of the Delta 2 Max, and I will be doing a giveaway, but I think that video will be after we come back from the Isle of Wight.
Oh, we won't be here to give anything away.
No, because I want to give it a good run out, as it were, as well.
Well, we've done that with all the rest of them, haven't we? Even when we started with the little one that burst the Tassimo pods. To try and take one away, and we do live with it. Yeah. Don't just sit here and say it does so many watts and it whatever.
Do an ad. Someone pointed out. Yeah. No, we don't
do
that.
Capable of doing an ad.
No, and I do point out the things that don't work with things.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, so I do get a little bit annoyed when people accuse us of
being a shopping channel.
Being QVC.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Something completely different.
Something completely different on product reviews. I've been sent this, and it's so different. I thought, well, I've got to give it a go. It's a wind-up radio.
So what's making me laugh thinking about this is you've got like a power bank, you know, that powers things. Well, this one particularly here, you've got to power it yourself, haven't you?
Well, sort of.
Although you can charge it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I will do a proper review on this. You can wind it up to charge it. It's got a solar panel on it, and you can also charge it from USB. And you can guess, obviously, which is the quickest, but it's a super little thing. It's a DAB radio. It's got a little aerial. Not a little aerial, it's quite a big aerial up there. And it's just a really nice portable radio. Dare I switch it on?
Whoops. No. We get copyright strike.
We started listening to Greatest Hits radio, so tuned it in for that so we can listen to Popmaster. So I will be doing that. So that's that's enough for, I think, for products.
Yes, that's from that company August, isn't it? We've had other little
we've had a little telly from and a TV for your laptop and lots of little gadgets. I like gadgets.
Yeah.
There, I've said it.
Yeah.
So upcoming tour is the next on my list.
Yeah, well, I think we've said this. We're going to the Isle of Wight.
Yeah.
We're going via Broadway, which is in the Cotswolds, which is one of our favourite sites from years gone by.
Yeah.
I made a bit of a bog up.
Did you?
Is that the right word?
Are you allowed to say that?
No, I'll start again. I made a bit of a mistake because I saw an advert for a real ale festival on the railway, because Broadway, the station, is on the Great Western Railway, isn't it? The Heritage Railway. Yeah. It goes to Cheltenham.
No, Gloucester and Worcester.
Worcester, right, okay. So I saw an advert saying about a real ale festival, which I think we'd been to years ago. Yeah. And I thought it said the 13th to the 16th of June. Yeah. So I thought, that's great, we could go there before we go to Hermanfest. Yeah. So I booked this about last September and thought that'd be good. Only to find out that I think I was looking at an advert for 2 or 3 years ago, because it is on at the moment, 16th to the 18th. But
we'll miss it.
We'll miss it because we will have left. But it would be nice to walk to the station at Broadway and get on the train, because when we last went there, it was during, breaking the lockdowns. Yeah. And you couldn't get on.
The tears, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't.
Tears with the tears.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. But you couldn't get on at Broadway. The only place you could get on, is it Toddington? Further down? Or?
Is it Torrington?
Torrington, yeah. We had to get there, and everybody had to get on the train at that station.
It's bizarre, wasn't it? Yeah, absolutely bizarre. Yeah, so they can actually go to Broadway station, get on the train at Broadway.
So that would be something special. Yeah, so we probably will do that, and obviously we'll go into Broadway itself. Yeah.
Broadway's a lovely site.
It is. Yeah. I mean, I read reviews and it always gets sort of 9 or out of 10 or 10 out of 10. Yeah. So no, it is lovely. Yeah.
And the other thing you might have spotted is on this tour is we're stopping off at Hermanfest, which is it's in Somerset. I'm not quite sure exactly where it is, but it's at a pub called Tucker's Grave Inn, which is a cider pub.
Yes.
Yeah. So sounds like there's quite a few people going, judging from the WhatsApp group. So it's always pinging my phone. Yeah. So that might be quite interesting.
Glyn and Sharon are going.
Glyn and Sharon are going to it as well. Kaz and Pete will be there.
Crafty Caravanners are going.
Yeah. So there's a few people we know, and if you're going, it'd be nice to see you there, and it should be a good weekend.
Yeah, I'm not going to drink too much because we've got the ferry on Tuesday.
The Isle of Wight ferry.
Yeah, I'm in my ferry rundown.
About 20 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, 40 minutes.
40 minutes, all right, okay.
Yeah, so we're going from there, aren't we, to Longleat for a night. Never been to Longleat before because that's fairly near.
Oh, you've got a day then to recover from that.
And then we're going to Blacknell, and then, I'm going
to... Still not going to drink anything.
No, I don't want to drink anything. I'm going to mad.
We'll see.
Yeah, so then we go to the Isle of Wight for 5 nights.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to the Isle of Wight. I've never been to the Isle of Wight, and there's so many sort of places there that you read about. Osborne House,
Carisbrooke Castle.
Carisbrooke.
Yeah. two I want to go to.
Yeah.
Plus there is the Island Steam Railway.
Yeah.
And I believe there's actually a steam festival starting on the Friday that we're there.
Right, okay.
So we might go to that.
Yeah.
Osborne House, we can take the dogs in the grounds. And I say dogs because Tara will be with us.
Tara's coming with us. We're taking the car with us as well. I paid extra to take the car on the ferry with us
Yeah,
as
we
well.
weren't going to, but then because we've got Tara and we'll have 2 dog crates and
an air conditioning unit.
And an air conditioning unit because the weather's going to be hot.
Yeah. Yeah. And we haven't got a garage.
We haven't got a garage, no. So that's going in the back. The air conditioning is going in the back of the car.
Yeah.
And we'll be trying that out as well, won't we?
Right. And when we come back from the Isle of Wight, the other place we're going to check out is a place we've been before, but Winchester's Morn Hill Caravan and Motorhome Club site, which has been done up. We've watched, I think Dan Trudgeon did a video on it.
Yes.
But we're looking forward to seeing what they've done there.
Yeah, because it had a certain charm about it, didn't it? Because it hadn't been updated for so long, but you couldn't say the same about the facilities block, really, could you? It was a bit basic.
They also had a weird thing where it was a unisex toilets as well for a while.
Oh, I think that was to do with COVID.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Yeah. So it looks absolutely fantastic now. So we're 2 days there. Yeah. Then we're stopping off in Warwick on the way back. Yeah. And then we're home for a bit, and then we're off to
looking at the
Orkney.
calendar up here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we're home for another few weeks, isn't it?
I think it's about two
and a
weeks.
bit. No, two and a bit weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, because then we're away for a month.
Off to Orkney then. So
yeah. We are actually away for a whole month then.
Yeah. No, that'll be good as well.
Yeah. So there's plenty to look forward to, isn't there?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I wanted to. I know what I wanted to mention.
Oh yeah, don't go away.
Don't go away. Was the subscriber numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we were a little bit despondent because it got stuck.
You're more despondent than me.
Well, I know, but I don't like, you know, I look at things and they don't move. Yeah. And the only way it seemed to be moving was down. And then it got stuck. Yeah. I'm thinking, what's going on here? But according to the chart that we'll just put up here, had a 2,000% increase from the beginning of June.
In about a week.
In about a week, because one day I think it was -7 or something, so I don't know what that was all about.
I think it was occasionally YouTube have like a recount or something goes on.
So I just want to say thank you to everybody that has subscribed, and you know, the cold sort of dragged us down a bit, didn't it? Made us think, nobody likes us anymore. And so now we're feeling back to our normal selves.
As you can possibly tell.
Yeah,
so all excited about our upcoming trip. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that notifications icon. It's free. It does our channel a power of good. It cheers me up. It cheers her up.
It cheers me up more than you, I think.
So I think that's it.
That's it, yeah.
So thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.
Yeah. Bye then.